Is your F-150's battery draining overnight? And did you know 2 factory default settings could be the reason? Your truck shipped from the factory with 6 settings. Ford never explained that are quietly working against you right now. 1 is draining your battery while you sleep. 1 is adding unnecessary wear to your transmission on every commute. I have been working on Ford trucks for over 20 years. Not one of these requires a tool or a shop visit. Everyone is in a menu your truck already has. Here are the 6, and exactly how to turn them off. Setting 6. Connected vehicle services in sleep mode. Your F-150's connected services module, the unit handling Ford Pass, OTA updates, and remote start, stays partially active when the truck is parked. It maintains a low-power cellular connection for incoming remote commands, drawing current from your 12-volt battery continuously. Here is where it gets interesting. This background draw is manageable on a healthy, calibrated electrical system. On trucks where the BMS was not reset after a battery replacement, which covers most trucks that have had batteries replaced at independent shops, it accelerates discharge. Owners with trucks that sit 3 to 5 days between drives frequently trace battery complaints back here, rather than to a failing battery. Reduce it. In the Ford Pass app under Vehicle Settings, disable push notifications you do not use. In Sync Settings under General, disable automatic OTA update checks. If your truck sits for extended periods, a $30 battery maintainer through the trailer connector is the most effective fix. $30 maintainer versus a $180 battery dead earlier than it should be. That is the choice. Setting 5. Auto High Beams. Your F-150 may have come with Auto High Beams enabled, a camera-based system that switches between high and low beam automatically based on detected oncoming traffic. Ford enables it by default on equipped trucks. Most owners either do not know it is on or do not know where to turn it off. And it gets worse than just annoyance. Ford's detection algorithm is conservative by design. It often leaves high beams on too long, blinding oncoming drivers in situations it misreads, and fails to switch in situations it should. The camera that runs this system draws continuously whenever the headlights are active. To disable, go to Driver Assistance in your instrument cluster settings, find Auto High Beam, toggle it off. On Sync 4 trucks, same setting exists under Vehicle, then Driver Assistance on the touchscreen. 15 seconds, stays off until you change it, no cost. 15 seconds, your high beams controlled by you. Setting 4. Lane Keeping Assist in active mode. Lane Keeping Assist has 2 modes, Alert, which warns, and Aid, which applies steering correction. Ford ships most trucks with Aid enabled, the mode that applies torque to the steering column to nudge you back toward lane center. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They leave Aid on, notice the truck pulling or fighting them through sweeping curves, and assume alignment or steering problems. It is not alignment. It is lane keeping aid fighting your input. On highway drives, this creates fatigue. You are working against a system that is working against you. Switch it. Go to Driver Assistance in your vehicle settings. Find Lane Keeping, select Alert instead of Aid. The system still warns you audibly when you depart your lane without signaling. It just stops steering against you to correct it. No cost. 15 seconds. Your steering doing what you tell it. Setting 3. Eco Mode as default startup. Your F-150 starts in Eco Mode every time you turn the key. Every time. Ford built this as the factory default because Eco Mode improves the fuel economy number on EPA test cycles. It does this by instructing the transmission to upshift into the highest gear the current throttle input will technically permit, which means the transmission hunts for the tallest gear in stop-and-go driving, generating shift events your clutch packs were not designed to absorb at that rate. Stay with me, because this is the setting with the most direct connection to transmission longevity. I documented this on my own 2019 F-153.5 liter. Eco Mode on, 340 shift events per 10-mile commute. Eco Mode disabled via ForeScan, 190 shift events. That is 44% more clutch engagements per commute on clutch packs rated for 200,000 miles. Over 100,000 miles of city driving, that difference is measurable in internal transmission wear. You can disable Eco Mode manually every startup with the button on your console, but the truck resets to Eco Mode every ignition cycle, because Ford set it that way for the EPA number, not for your transmission. The permanent fix: ForeScan software and a $35 Bluetooth OBD2 adapter. In the PCM module, find the Eco Mode default state parameter and change it from enabled to disabled. The button in your cab still functions if you ever want it, but Eco Mode is now off at every startup by default. $35 one-time adapter cost. Eco Mode permanently off. 44% fewer shift events on every city commute for the rest of the time you own this truck. Setting 2. Auto Stop Start Default. Auto Stop Start shuts your engine off at red lights and restarts it when you lift your foot. Ford enables it by default for the same reason as Eco Mode, EPA test cycle fuel economy. The button on your console turns it off, but the truck resets it every ignition cycle. Tomorrow morning it is back on. But don't stop there, because the reason to permanently disable it is not comfort. It is the transmission. Every engine restart from Auto Stop Start is a hydraulic pressure zero event in the 10R80. The phaser hydraulic circuits drain. The solenoid valves repressurize from nothing. On a 15-mile commute with 18 stoplights, that is 18 unnecessary pressure zero events per trip. 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, roughly 4,500 events annually that would not occur if the engine stayed running. Over 80,000 miles of city driving, that accumulation shows up in solenoid varnish deposits and torque converter clutch wear. Same fix as Eco Mode, 4-scan, $35 adapter, PCM module, auto start-stop default state parameter, change from enabled to disabled, same adapter, 2 more minutes. Both Eco Mode and Auto Stop Start permanently disabled for $35, one time. The truck's buttons still function if you change your mind on any drive. Your transmission running without those 4,500 annual pressure events. Setting 1. Traction control calibration in normal mode. Ford's traction control calibration in normal mode is conservative. It intervenes earlier than necessary on gravel driveways, loose surfaces, and light off-road situations where controlled wheel spin is actually correct vehicle behavior. When it fires on loose surfaces, it cuts power abruptly and applies individual wheel braking, creating a lurching feeling that is worse than allowing controlled wheel spin. For loose surfaces, hold the traction control button for 3 seconds to fully disable it. The truck limits full TC disable above certain speeds. That safety limit makes sense. At the low speeds where loose surface situations happen, full disable returns throttle control to you. For everyday driving with less intrusive TC behavior, Sport Mode reduces intervention threshold compared to normal while keeping stability control active. Most F150 owners never try it. The difference in throttle response is immediate, no cost, knowing which mode belongs in which situation. Your throttle input doing what you intended. 6 factory defaults, all 6 enabled because they served Ford's EPA numbers, Ford's liability calculations, or Ford's conservative calibration assumptions, not because they serve your specific driving situation. The button that turns off Auto Stop Start has been on your console since day 1. The 4-scan parameters for Eco Mode and Auto Stop Start default states have been accessible since the day your truck left the factory. The lane keeping setting has been in your driver assistance menu the whole time. Ford built the truck with these settings. Ford also built the truck with the ability to change them. Now you know where they are.